Divas, the marketing diva.
We want y'all to tune into the premiere of the RedLip Talk podcast.
Every Monday at 1 p.m. Central Time, we're going to have new topics, new guests, new businesses.
Tune in to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. RedLip Talk Podcast. Wow.
Hello, everyone. This day is declared National Still Body Day. People, it is here. It has arrived.
We have 2,500 bottles of this formula that's designed to give you what you need in terms of health, happiness, and healing. People have testimonies already. People have been serviced already. And now we want you to be a part of this blessed experience. Give us a call at 416-5256. Give us a call at 237-4000. And we have a bottle for you. And trust me, this will be the best investment you ever made for your body. You heard it from the truth, the whole truth, Dr. Truth, Dr. Kendra, Baby Truth. Now be blessed.
The New Orleans Talk Network, now on your mobile device, on your computer, in your ear, and interactive. It's new, it's innovative, and it's on your mobile device. Android, iPhone, iPad, and on your computer. Take us wherever you go. Because we're interactive. 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255.
Hello, somebody. It's Marlon Big Fave Favorite, recruiting coordinator at Cafe Hope. If you're on the West Bank of New Orleans and between the ages of 18 and 23, come join our team. Benefits from learning and earning, getting certifications, life skills, and career training. Cafe Hope is a nonprofit culinary art and life skills program. Let Cafe Hope be the stepping stone to your next career choice. Come visit us, 1151 Barataria Boulevard, Marrero, Louisiana. Give Big Fave a call, 504-350-1218, or send them an email, marlon@cafehope.org. For more information, visit cafehope.org. Cafe Hope, the next step in life, baby. Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody.
Bethesda the House of Prayer. Bethesda is a church for non-traditional worship.
Sona's charm. RedLip Talk. RedLip Talk.
Girl, come sit with us and sip some tea.
RedLip Talk.
Girl, come sit with us and sip some tea.
RedLip Talk.
Are we live? Oh, hello, Sona. How you doing? How you doing? I'm excited about today.
Yes, me too.
Lick that. Okay. You know we live. I gotta hook you up. So what's going on with you? You know, we back with RedLip Talk with your girl Spice Divas Kree.
Sona's charm.
Yes, the marketing diva. Spice Divas Kree, the marketing diva. But we're excited about today, and we're excited about this month.
Oh, that's right. Happy Women's History Month, guys.
Yes.
It's so phenomenal. I'm like, we go
Yes.
from one good month to another good month,
Yes,
right?
yes. Last month was Love Month. This
Yes.
month, it's actually Women's History
History
Month.
Month.
And I'm excited about that because, you know, as women, we are strong.
Yes, we are.
And collectively, we could be stronger.
We can be stronger, you know, but we have made a lot of strides.
Yes,
Lots of strides.
yes.
You know, preparing for the show, I was doing a lot of research on all the things, you know, women have had to fight for.
Yeah.
And, you know, it just make you just appreciate the opportunities that you have, you know.
Yes,
I
yes.
mean, from even owning property and, you know, even being able to sing out loud, you know what I'm saying? I was like, wow, you know, really just treat it like someone else's property. So,
Yes.
you know, congratulations to us,
Yes,
right?
yes, we have come so far. I was doing research as well on Women's History Month, and I was thinking of things we can do to kind of celebrate women. Of course, because the salon and stuff like that. And I know, we used to do the ladies' night, and we did that in December, the end of the month. And honestly, I'm gonna be transparent and I'm gonna be honest. Doing the research, I found out that Women's History Month. This is the 64th annual Women's History Month. I didn't know that.
Wow.
Y'all, I didn't even know they had a Women's History Month. That's bad. I'm gonna be transparent. I'm honestly, I did not know. I did not know.
Yeah.
And doing the research and stuff, I saw that, and I'm always for women empowerment and on how to promote women and push them forward and stuff. And we try to do that as best as we can.
Right. Create that
and I'll say,
sisterhood. That's right.
yeah, like I am my sister's keeper.
Yes.
I am my sister's keeper, and be true to it.
That's
Because
right.
a lot of people, we don't agree with what we are. Everybody got different views.
Right.
Everybody got different ways that they're brought up, and your way is your way. Your way is your way. But like we should learn how to just you can accept your way, I accept my way, but still come together and help one another and hold a sister up. Don't give up on a sister.
Right. Agree to disagree and continue the support.
That's right. That's right. That's right, Sona. So I don't know. I didn't tell them. We usually do that at the beginning of the show. Tell them how they can find us. Right.
That's right. So you can find me at sonascharm.com. That's my website. And y'all, I'm sorry, but I've been in Facebook jail.
Girl, you was in jail.
I
What
was
you
in jail.
did, Sona?
Someone hacked my account and then posted some things that they shouldn't have posted. So Facebook locked me out of everything, Instagram, all that stuff. So, but you guys, I am back there.
Yes.
I started posting. So y'all timelines are gonna be filled with me. It's
Okay. I did see your post, and I did see you say, "I'm back, y'all." With a cute picture. You had a cute picture
Thank
up
you,
there
girl.
too, girl.
That
It
was me
cute.
from our last week's show.
Yeah.
Girl. I was cute, girl. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
But so you can find me on Instagram at Sona's Charm. You can find me on Facebook at Sona's Charm LLC. And follow our show.
Yeah, and tell them all the services you do, because I know you do a lot of stuff.
Right, I'm a cosmetologist, so I'm a hairstylist. I do all types of hair. I also am a makeup artist, and so that's what I do at Spice Divas Beauty Bar, and I am accepting new clients.
Yes.
So go ahead and go to sonascharm.com and book your appointment.
Okay, and for me, you see, they put your website up there. You see, beautiful website. Love it. Experience the charm.
Yeah, girl.
Oh,
I had to take my mentor's advice,
That's right, my girl. That's right. I love it. Experience the charm. Experience the charm. How you can find me, your girl Spice Divas. You can go to Spice Divas Beauty Bar on Facebook, Spice Divas Kree on Facebook. I post a lot on Spice Divas Kree, more than I do on the Beauty Bar, because, I let y'all check in and stuff like that over there. And on IG, you can find me at Spice Divas Chriselle on IG. And they got on there, SpiceDivasBeautyBar.com, but I'm going to have to put a link on there where people can book, because people go on there, but that's actually the lipstick site. There's a diva in every woman. You see that red lip. You see your girl. She's cute too, and exuding energy. So you can go on there, and I would like for you guys to go on there and actually become a diva. You can subscribe. If you go all the way down, you can become a diva, and then if we have any specials or anything like that, you can be a part of it. And so it's Women's Month.
It's Women's History Month. How was your weekend?
Oh, girl, I had a good weekend. I'm on this challenge. I'm on this, like you
said,
said, this self-love.
Yeah.
So, I'm on this 50-day challenge. I used to call it a positivity challenge, like when people do Lent. I go into my thing. Like, I used to call it positivity. I just used to do fruits and veggies and stuff like that for my mind. But God has been putting on me that I really, 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 really have to do something different. So that's what I've been doing. And it's a 50-day challenge, and it's 5 areas in your life. It's spirituality, financial, emotionally, mentally, and physically. Yeah, those I say physically. Spiritually first, physically, emotionally, mentally, financially. And those are areas that I'm trying to get fit in my life. And as people know that 5 means favor, Dr. Smith told us that last week.
Right.
So that's what I'm doing. So join me in that journey.
Yeah, join us.
Yeah, join us. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because, they say after 60 days, anything that you do becomes habit.
Is it 60 days?
I thought so.
Oh, okay.
I thought so. Or is it 6 months?
No,
Is it
it's not
60
6 months. 21 days.
21 days. Okay, 21 days. That's what most people say. But I don't know why God gave me 50.
Well, look, you halfway down to your habits. Look, so you don't have to worry about it.
I'm
you
on
you
number
thought
12.
you thought you had longer to go, but you're
I
close
know.
to it. So
I'm
you just
12.
keep doing it, and it's gonna be routine
And y'all,
every day.
honestly, it makes you feel good. Just I went into the gym today, and it just gave me mind clarity. That's the main thing, the mind clarity. You're able to think better and stuff like that. And just getting up in the morning, say, okay, I'm going to commit myself to doing something spiritual, reading something or listening to something. Not today. I didn't read something biblical. What I did today was listening to E.T., Eric Thomas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Sona, he had some stuff.
Really?
Yeah, he talked about when you execute, people treat you differently.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that.
Yes. When you set
Okay.
standards, people treat you differently. So whatever your standards is, your boundaries and stuff, and if you set that, that's when people will treat you differently.
Yeah, we've been harboring a lot on boundaries, huh?
I know, right? You gotta set boundaries. In life, people treat you how you allow them to treat you. That's what I'm learning. If you allow them, and it's based on what you want. Like if I want this person in my life, right? Am I willing to accept who they are for who they are and where they are?
At that moment.
Does that fit in my boundaries, right? Do that fit in my life or whatever? But yeah, we excited about Women's History Month. Did you do some research? Do you got somebody you want to talk about? I had one person that I wanted
did do
to talk.
some research. Well, I found out that we had some Louisiana's women's history first. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So we have the first female mayor of New Orleans,
Oh,
Mayor
okay.
Cantrell.
Yeah.
Okay. We also
Yeah.
have our first female Jefferson Parish president, Cynthia
Okay.
Lee Shing.
We got a lot of
That's right. And so we were really like pushing the boundaries here in Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? And so that's just really great to see, especially, even though we replaced her with the Supreme Court justice with another female. So, it's just great to see our voices, to see us not being looked over.
Yes.
And when you're talking about boundaries, women have had to continue to push to put those boundaries down, to say, we are equal and we deserve the same.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
so, yeah, people will treat you where your boundaries are.
And that's somehow when you was doing your research, we were on like the same page, because I was led to Kamala Harris, our vice president of the United States. Am I
Okay.
saying that right, Kamala Harris?
That's right.
Yeah, I won't get your name wrong, but I was led to that. And I think she became office in 2020. So I was led for that. And I was Googling, and she was, there were 16 iconic women in Women History Month that you can celebrate. And she was number 8.
Wow.
That's somehow you the vice president. you the man marks.
You're
And
the
number
number
8.
2 in the United States, and you number 8 on the
And
list.
you number 8 on the list.
Wow,
I didn't do that.
that says a lot.
And yeah, that does. Serena Williams, I think, was number 4.
Oh, okay.
She was above her. And I was like, wow.
Wow.
But it was 16 women to celebrate. You guys can Google it, iconic women. And then I'm
Iconic
praying,
women.
when I saw the list, I was like, one day we going to be on that list.
That's right, Cree. That's what I'm
I'ma
talking
speak it
about.
now.
Put it out there. That's right. Manifest it. We're going to be on that
Gonna
list.
be on that list, that
That's
iconic
right.
list.
That's
Yes,
right.
yes.
That's right.
So we are excited about what we're going to have in this show today. And we have talk about iconic women.
Yes, we have a very iconic guest today. I was very excited reading up the information about her, and I was like, wow, you have people that, you can just aspire right in your backyard.
Yes.
And, that's why it's so great for these platforms, because it gives us, the chance to experience them and, be with them, while they're here, and so this is really awesome.
And it's not like you know a person, like I met her through someone, and I see her on Facebook. I see the great things that she's doing, not just in Louisiana, but she's doing it in other states. It's some things that she's done nationally, and you see people, you meet them, but then when you read their bio, you're like, oh my God, they have really done some things.
Right.
And it's good that we have this platform because we're able to learn more, and we are able to bring people on that it can inspire somebody
That's
else,
right.
especially women, men, whoever.
That's
to
right.
inspire them. So
I was definitely inspired.
yes,
So I'm excited.
So make sure you guys stay tuned because we have our amazing, I call her, she's Pastor Tara Alexander. She's an artist, she's a songist, she's a humanitarian
Author.
Yeah,
An
wow.
author. Yes, an author.
Wow. And she's a humanitarian.
Yes.
Because she helps everybody.
The community.
The community. So y'all gotta stay tuned because you wanna hear from her when we come back.
That's right.
So
Red Lip
Lip
Talk Podcast.
Mwah. I messed it up.
All right, girl. Spice Divas. Sona's Charm. Red Lip Talk. Red Lip Talk.
Girl, come sit with us and sip some tea.
The New Orleans Talk Network, now on your mobile device, on your computer, in your ear, and interactive. It's new, it's innovative, and it's on your mobile device. Android, iPhone, iPad, and on your computer. Take us wherever you go. Because we're interactive. 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255.
It's your girl, Sona's Charm.
And it's your girl, Spice Divas, the marketing diva.
We want y'all to tune into the premiere of the Red Lip Talk podcast.
Every Monday at 1 p.m. Central Time, we're going to have new topics, new guests, new businesses.
Tune in to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Red Lip Talk podcast.
Wow.
Here at Jones Insurance, your full-service agency, let us take care of all your insurance needs. We provide homeowners insurance, flood, rental, commercial, auto, and life insurance. Don't let the unexpected tragedy destroy your family's future. Here at Jones Insurance, 7603 West Bank Expressway, Monroe, Louisiana, 772. Contact Lois at 504-348-1492.
Sit.
Sierra, how am I sitting? I'm okay. You okay? Sitting. Yeah, I don't want. No, I can't see it as much as you can. That's what I'm at. Yeah. Good.
Spice Divas. Sona's Charm. Hello.
Yes. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yeah. I always do that. Yeah. So we have the amazing Miss Tara
Alexander.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much for having me.
Oh, we happy to have you here.
Glad to be here. I'm excited about this for real.
Okay.
I really am.
Okay.
I had a chance. I've looked at the old shows, so I'm actually, come on. I'm a
Okay.
fan of
Yeah,
Red Lip
right.
Talk. Let me put it out there.
I love it.
I saw it when y'all came up with the name. I remember when y'all were on live and you said, "Oh, Red Lip," and I thought it was so awesome. I sure did.
Yes, that was in I think December or January.
That was a long time
That
ago.
was a long time. Oh, thank
Been looking.
you. Thank you for following. And we're so honored to have you on the show
Yes, we
today. I'm honored to know you. And reading in your bio, you know, the way we met was from Dr. Smith.
Of course.
Yes.
My sister, my
Your
big sister. Yeah.
Look, and then she told me, I'm gonna let you get into yourself, but she told me the way y'all met is through singing.
Yes.
Like she followed you around.
I didn't even know Dr. Smith sing.
No, she followed her
Oh,
around.
she followed her around.
She saw me
listening
singing,
to her.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she saw at an
she was
event.
a fan.
She was a fan.
But you know what? She says fan, but to be honest with you, just like you all, she pushed me. She was an older sister who pushed me. So though she followed me around, I was so glad because after that I was following her around.
She said she was following her around.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
So tell us about all the amazing things you know you're doing, and it just sum you up. I know there's so many things we just talked about a few minutes ago about you being an artist, and I looked at the bio and I didn't know you sung in Paris. You sung around the wow. You know, you meet people and you don't realize who you're actually meeting. I know you always did have an anointing on you, but I didn't know that you went all around the world singing and stuff like that. So tell us a little about Pastor Tyra Alexander.
You know, I love the intro and I appreciate both of y'all. I respect you so much. Thank you so much for this. But you know, to be honest with you, let me just back up some. I grew up uptown New Orleans, and I'm an uptown girl for real, right? And I live right next door to where the New Orleans Symphony would practice. That's where my grandparents lived, next door. And when I would go actually to my grandparents on the weekend, I was by my mom, you know, but I was a grandma and grandpa baby, so I would be up there a lot.
Okay.
And I would go and hear the musicians play on the weekend. I would hear them. And that's when I wanted to play the violin. And so it started for me, violin, and then I went to school and asked them, could I play the violin and the clarinet? And at the same time, like everybody else, I'm in church. So you got church music, I got the classical music, and then in my house on Saturday mornings, like everybody else's house, when they're cleaning up, y'all know what they're playing, R&B, right?
Put
Right.
you in the mood.
Yes.
Blues or
So
something.
I know y'all too young to know what this is. I would stand in front of the component set. I know y'all too young to know what that is. That's a stereo. That's a record box. That's what they old. And I was standing there with the jump rope and singing the jump rope, and that's how I actually started. And so later on, fast forward, Gospel Soul Children came to my school when I was about 7, and when they came to my school, I went home that day. And I told my grandpa, I said, when I get big, I'm going to join that choir.
Wow.
That's
And
right.
he was like, who, you? And I
Yeah.
said, yes, me. And he said, you could do anything. And it hit my spirit. And 6 years later, Albert Hadley came to my church. He was a director of that choir, and I prophesied it, and it happened. He asked me to join this choir. I was singing at church, and of course, a community choir with Gospel Soul Children. From there, I actually, when I was in school, I met Marva Wright. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Wait, I want to go back because you spoke it at 7, and then by what age?
13.
13.
13. Yeah. And so 13, he came to work for my church. At the same time, while I was at church, of course, I'm singing in the choir, the sun being everybody else, right? And then later on, at the same time, while that's going on, at my school, there's a secretary, my school secretary, who started her professional career in music. And I would go and do her flyers. I was the Spice Divas.
The marketing.
Marketing. For her, I would come out of class and do her
Yes.
flyers. True story. Her name was Marva Wright, and she became a well-known blues singer. And when I was 18, I actually started singing background for her, and that's how I eventually ended up having the door open to actually do my gigs and stuff in France. That's what happened. Yeah. So it's exciting. Yeah.
That's
And,
a beautiful story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I too. I played cello in high school. In high school from 7th to 12th grade. But I actually wanted to play the violin, and then I did. I signed up with a friend of mine. We were supposed to join the class together. Down the line, she did not join the class, so I was stuck in there. And I was like, oh man, But and I was like, well, I'm gonna play the violin. And she looked at my finger. She said, oh no, you have cello hands.
Wow. Now, what's the difference between cello and violin?
hands. Yeah, that's what I need to know.
So just from being around those instruments, the violin strings are extremely tiny, and I guess like for me, I have big to me. I have more like fatter, flatter fingers. So the strings on the cello are thicker, they're heavier. So, those fingers probably work better. And I just think maybe they needed an extra cello player.
I think so too.
But I love playing.
loved
It was
it.
actually one of some of my favorite moments from high school. And so,
Wow.
yeah,
I
that's
didn't
pretty
know. See, I didn't
awesome.
know that about you.
Yes.
Wow, you see that?
Yes.
Right here on RedLip Talk.
Red Lip Talk.
I like the way she said it's gonna be a red lip talk. I like the way you say it. I
Yeah.
love it. But tell us about opening up for some of the great people. I seen that you opened up for Gladys Knight on your bio. Yeah, how was that
was that like?
experience?
Now, the true story is
Uh-huh.
that I did had a chance to at the Marriott. It was a private. I did a lot of private shows, like private conventions and things like that, and so from there, and festivals and things like that. And so from there, actually, I did not open. Let me say, not open for Gladys. What I did was I closed. Now this is the funny part. Now you don't sing after Gladys Knight, right? Well, I was there and they had another singer and the person decided they didn't want me to do before her or after her. I couldn't sing not Gladys Knight, the other singer. I couldn't do. She didn't want me to perform before her, and she didn't want me to perform after her. And I'm the youngest of everybody there, right? And I'm like, okay, well, what do I do? Where am I going to
You
go?
got that powerhouse, that voice, that's a power.
That's the Lord's.
Yeah.
I don't say that.
Yeah,
Trying to
that's
get the
what it
tea.
is. Yeah, we try
They
to get
decided
that.
they
That's
didn't
why.
want me to do either one. That's a
Yeah.
part of being in the business, just in
Okay.
case y'all don't know that.
Okay.
And so the other person had more clout. They decided they didn't want me to do it. And I was like, well, okay, what do I do? Now, I have been taught, thank God, by Marva and some other people, I have been taught that as long as and I can tell you all the truth, as long as your cheese don't change, you don't complain, right? As long as my money goes to the same.
Right, that's
cheese don't
right.
change.
That's
I
less,
like that.
less work for me, but I'm gonna get paid.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna still get paid. So my band and I were waiting there at the Marriott, and like I said, and so they decide, the promoter decides, well, I tell you what, you're gonna go after it. And I was like, after what? After Gladys Knight. And so, true story, after Gladys finished, you know what happened? Everybody left. And they made me sing anyway because, of course, I have to sing, And so I started singing, and all of her people came back in her band.
Oh, wow.
So I really got to perform for them.
Wow. Gladys Knight. Wow.
After it was over, her team and everybody came back. A few people stayed, but really that's what it was. I was like, oh my God. So actually, for her, I did not get to open. Now the other ones or whatever I got to do, but her, it was a little different. But it was still an awesome experience.
That was the best experience.
It was the best experience.
The best
And they
experience.
clapped and they whatever. It was really, really a lot
That's
of support.
beautiful. Yes.
Yeah.
So tell us about your book. You see, we have a book up here. Tell us about the book, Love Without Walls.
Oh, God.
When God moves beyond our boxes. So what led you to write this book?
Okay, this right here is definitely a labor of love. Everything that you experience in life adds up to the revelation that you receive and how you live when you get older. Well, long story, the book starts off with me talking about a gig I was on in Switzerland. I'm in my early 20s, and which wasn't that long ago, but and the book talks about when I was in my early 20s, and it starts off talking about this. And basically, I am in Switzerland. I am in actually a place called Zermatt, Switzerland. It's a beautiful resort. And I'm there doing a jazz gig. And I was really excited about this gig. And it was at a hotel. And I'm there at the hotel, and somebody, maybe the security guard guy at the door, he tells me that there's somebody that wanted to meet me. The lady had hitchhiked to see me sing. And, you can't pull a wool over my eye. I'm like, please, you don't have to do that, right? I hitchhiked, and they were like, yeah, she hitchhiked to see you sing. And I'm like, okay, right. I still didn't believe it.
Yeah.
And on the break, I got to find out she really did. And she had, the train had stopped. She got a ride to come in. And she came, and I asked her why. And she said, because I heard that you were a Christian.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, okay, and I'm still not getting it. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
all right. So, and she said, and I heard you would sing gospel. Well, I was on a jazz gig, and at the end I would do that. And she said, I said, okay. I said, yeah. At the end, I did it. After the gig was over, she and I didn't want to be rude, so we continued to talk. She could barely speak English. Of course, I couldn't speak, whatever. And we did talk. And so after talking to her, she was so precious. And inside of the book, I'll be honest with you, I said Lydia. I see her name is Lydia. Of course, when you're writing a book, you gotta.
Yeah.
And so I said Lydia. So Lydia, she talked to me, and basically, I was just really intrigued by why would she do that? Like, I'm a believer, but why would she do that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And fast forward, she talked to me, and I just got to talk. I said, hey, look, because I wanted to do a tour of cathedrals. I love to go to cathedrals when I go to Europe. So I said, when is the church?
Europe. Let me tell you, Europe. That's my dream to go.
Come on, girl. We go. Come on, we go. And I said, well, when is the church open? And she said, the church, she said, it's closed. I said, no, when does it open? And she said, no, the church is closed. The church has been closed for some years.
Oh, my Lord.
That's why she came to hear you sing.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And I was like, what you mean the church is closed? Because where I'm from, I'm North, they had a church everywhere, right? And I'm like, what do you mean? And she said, no, the church is closed. It's been closed for some years. And she said, there are not many believers here.
Oh, my Lord.
They don't attend church. And I was like, what? Mind you, this, like I said, 20-something years ago. Yeah. And I was flabbergasted. So I'm like, well, so I asked her a question. I said, well, where do you go? Grew up in church, right? Next question. Well, where do you go to worship? Where do you go to church?
Yeah, where do you go fellowship?
Right. And she said, who, me? I said, yes. She said, I go to the mountains and worship.
Oh.
That's real.
Oh.
I just want to sit there right there because
that's interesting.
It really blew my mind. So I'm like, okay, interesting, right? The next day, the person who opened for me got into an accident because that's who she actually ended up. She knew the girl who was opening.
Okay.
And she spent the night with her in her hotel room because the train didn't start till the next day. So she called me and said that the young lady had been in a wreck and an accident. She was skiing and they had gone skiing that morning. She had gotten in an accident, and so we ended up praying together for this young lady. Now I'm asking God, I'm thinking I'm on a gig. I'm thinking I'm on assignment. You get it?
Assignment.
I'm thinking I'm on a gig. I'm thinking, whatever, like this is way beyond my box. Needless to say, go back to the book. Love what I was. So I start talking about how this woman hitchhiked. We wouldn't go out our way to do anything. We don't do that, right? Because we take it for granted. But she hitchhiked to connect with with another believer. She went out of her way to hear me, to talk to me, to really even teach me. Because I learned that, that even though I was there thinking I was doing one thing, that God had another thing. And he showed me his love without walls. And I start the book off talking about that. And how I wrote it was that when the pandemic hit and everything started closing, the Lord brought me back to that moment with her. That you have to have a personal relationship, a personal fire in you. That guess what? It didn't matter if every church in New Orleans closed, that something inside of you says, I need to connect with another believer. I'm going, come on, we're going to build an altar right here. We're going to come together. And that's what she taught me. And so God has showed me through my music, that's why it's not one. I believe that genre was the worst thing we could have ever done, was to put ourselves in boxes. And God says, I'll move in jazz, I'll move in R&B, I'll move beyond your boxes because I'm God.
You can't box me.
You can't box me in.
And I'll move mountains.
And he'll move mountains. And I've seen him do it. And I've seen him, and I talk about that. I talk about different places I've gone and not just places I've gone, situations I've been in where God didn't move like I thought he would move, but it was God. And so we got to make sure, amen, if it's a podcast, if it's a gig, whatever it is, if it's a salon, if it's a, I'm not against traditional church. I'm just saying that God does not always move in that way.
We say that all the time, Pastor Tara, how he moves in Spice Divas.
Yes.
Sometimes we'll do one thing, and the way he moves, you know, some women, they sit in your chair and they have so much weight on them, and they have things that they're going in. They come and press to come to the salon, not just because of their hair. They need somebody to encourage them. They need, and then as a stylist, often we have to push our problems down, listen to them, and help them out of situation. I always say that about Spice Divas, and I say that, you know, it's a ministry.
That's right.
It's a ministry to people. Because not only, like you said, not only God can touch you in a church, he can touch somebody sitting in a chair. I've had people call me and say, Chriselle, pray right now. You know, or come walk in the salon and say, can you pray for me right now? Right now. So you're right, you know, boxes, you know, you don't limit yourself. You don't limit yourself. And I like the way you spoke and said, I keep going back to that age 7. And you spoke into your life as to what you are. And I'm a big thing about life and death is in the power of the tongue.
Yes, it is.
And you are what you keep speaking. You are what you keep surrounding yourself with. You are what you're going to manifest. You're going to manifest in your life what you keep speaking. What you keep. That's why I did that 50-day challenge, because I didn't like the way my mindset was going. I say, I'm not like everybody else. Oh, Lord, I'm not going to let this sit on me. I'm getting aggravated. I'm getting frustrated. Right. I got to do something to change that trajectory. And that was me saying, he said, do a 50-day challenge, you know? Yeah. So tell them, how could they get this book? And what is, give me something out of a main thing, how this would affect their lives and help them, why they should purchase it.
Yeah, I think that you can get the book, let me say that, at SheRoadNetwork.com/books. SheRoadNetwork.com/books. And you, of course, you'll learn about what we do with women, but you'll also learn about how to get this book. What I want people to get from the book is just what I just said, is that I want you to be open. I want people to be open to how God moves and how he's moving with them. Yeah. Because it doesn't look the same in our lives, but guess what? He does move and he does speak to us.
He absolutely does.
Yeah, and so what I've learned is, and I have different places where I've seen God move. I've talked about being on a gig, but then I talk about in chapter 2 about me and my husband, about learning to love and how I saw God move in my household. And then I talked about how I saw God move on the job beyond my box. You know, I thought that, you know, somebody was aggravating me, like you saying, and, you know, whatever, and they were tripping, and I saw God show me what love could do. And how it never fails, and how he could change things. I saw him do that. And then around chapter 5, I talk about a song I wrote called Full Circle. And if you've ever gotten a chance to hear it, but it's about a conversation I had with my grandfather. He was on hospice care, and how I saw God move beyond my boxes in my house. When my grandfather one day told me, he said, "You don't sing like you used to sing." And I was like, wait a minute. And I was,
Grandpa?
Yeah.
He said,
he told me I didn't sing like I used to sing.
Okay.
And I was cooking some grits at the time. I wanted to do an Al Green on
him. Grandpa, please.
But he told me that and I was like, what do you mean? And he said, you used to be so free. And he knew that I was going. So in the book, I talk about that experience and about how I had to get back to being free. I had to go full circle. And a part of all of this is about, so Love Without Walls is about teaching us, of course, how God moves, how he moved on Broad Street when I was dealing with people and off the street, and people said, no, we don't want to go to church with them people. You know, how God moves beyond and then gets us back to the place of freedom, of openness, that we need to be open to his to the trajectory, like you said, that he has for our lives.
The purpose
for our lives. It looks different with everybody. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with different.
Because it's different for everybody. I'm gonna go back to ET, what I heard this morning, which was very relevant, because you know, he said in his life he didn't realize that he said, I'm a diamond. And all the stuff that I went through in life was preparing me to be a diamond. All the pressure, me eating out of garbage cans, me not understanding why I'm going through what I'm going through. But it was preparing me, all that pressure, to become a diamond. And the only way that you can tell if a diamond is real or fake is to apply more pressure.
Yeah. And we've been through that pressure.
We've been through that pressure.
Yeah, but ain't nothing like a praise and pressure, huh?
That's right. It's
Ain't
nothing
nothing.
like that.
Ain't nothing like a life when
It's
it's
nothing
you know
like
what I'm
that.
saying.
Yes.
You can't see. That's when you can't get the big head. Because you realize that it's all God. Everything you can read the whole Bible, but I'm gonna tell you, it's all God. You know what I'm saying? I thank God for being a part, for Him letting us participate. But it's Him working through us.
That's right.
It's not us. So though I think that's the difference. You know, we know that He brings us places, and it's okay to be excited and enjoy when you get there. I think the biggest thing for me is that I had not been taught that it was okay to enjoy. I didn't, like indirectly, you know what I'm saying? You just don't realize that sometimes you're not enjoying the moment. You're taking a picture of the moment. You're taking a video of the moment.
You're not
trying
actually
to
living it.
But you're not living in the moment. That's why I'm trying to, I have my phone, I have my stuff, but I'm trying to fix, moments. Me and my husband was talking about taking moments that look, if I take a picture, I'm going to show y'all when I get back, but we're not going to be taking our time and taking a picture and you know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's a whole other thing.
I watched Chris Rock live, and he said, is a lot of things that people are addicted to in life. And he said, they may be addicted to alcohol, drugs, and this and that. He said, but the number one thing that people are addicted to now is attention. Ooh, Lord.
Ooh,
That
that's
makes a
good
lot
right
of
there.
sense.
He said they looking for the likes.
Very
They looking for the
narcissistic.
loves. They looking for somebody to say.
Wow.
He said you
I
can be
see
eating
you.
a strawberry. I take a picture of this strawberry. Ooh, look at me eating this strawberry.
Right.
Wow.
I can
That's
get
not
likes.
healthy.
It's
not healthy. Yeah. It's not, and we have to watch it. We all
Yeah.
have to watch it.
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all, because we're in this world, but we're not of this
the
world,
world.
right? As believers, we all have to watch it. It's like, people, taking a picture of church flow, you
forget why you're there. You know, that's a sacred place. It's not made for your glory, it's for God's glory.
That's good, y'all. That's good.
My church flow.
Glory to God.
That's right. That's right.
Look at my glory flow. That was what need to be said. That look at my church flow. But tell us about the Shiro Network.
Yes,
wow.
tell us about that.
Yes.
I
have to come to a conference. I have
got
to
to come to a
conference. Chandrell had been trying to get me. She said, girl, you better come to the one. You're going to miss it. You don't understand what God be doing in here. So tell us about the Shiro conference.
Some years ago, let me tell you, I did just what we're doing right now. I wanted to see my smart friends in the same room. Like I knew them. I knew this one. I knew that one. I knew this one. But to see them in the same room together, I just wanted them to know each other, but I love learning from each other. So to me, Shiro is just a network where we have stay-at-home moms. We can learn something from them. We have doctors. We have judges. We have all women from just so many different walks of life.
Yeah.
So through the years, maybe since 2014, more than 600 women have been a part in some way. And so we're here, we're across different parts of the United States and in Uganda, and God has blessed us. And so we're a network of women that empower women. We're about empowering women to impact community right where they are.
So what about the numbers? Like how many? Like you got the numbers of the women. Is it a networking powerhouse? I know you have a conference every year, right? Is it a networking powerhouse where women can help each other push their entrepreneurship?
Yeah.
Or is it a sisterhood?
I believe that it's both. It's both. We're sisters, but I'm gonna be your sister when I buy from your business. I mean, my real sisters, right? When I support your dreams, when I support you, and it's not just we're not there because I was kind of leery about the word network, to be honest with you, because I think that sometimes we just get together so we could schmooze, so I could get something from you, you know. And I don't want that. I didn't want that. So we learn from each other. So my friend, who is my sister Vanessa, for example, it's an executive with a bank, and she taught the women through the years. She's taught them how to go and get money from a bank, and I think that's very important because we need to learn that. We need to learn that. So we support each other that way. We don't just do business with one another, but we also learn from one another. So it is a sisterhood, but I think it's to me, it's a deep sisterhood because it's not a club. It's not a clique. We may not see each other every day.
So there's no like membership or anything.
No, there's no like, okay, you know, you pay this to become a member, anything like that. It's not that. It is literally, I believe, what God calls us for, and that's a sisterhood, like a sister in Christ. So these are faith-based sisters, because everywhere we would go to things like this, it was just, you know, a different vibe. And so I wanted to create something that we really could be serious and honest about, learning from one another without, you know, we can be connected without being attached, right?
Right. Absolutely.
I like that. Say that again.
We can be connected without being attached.
Right.
We can have a healthy sisterhood,
Yeah.
right? That we can connect. Like, I feel that about you. I feel that. I was thinking about Kendra going through her thing with the rebuilding the school. And she called me up and I'm like, she says, Pastor, I said, that's what we do. That's just what we do, right? That's what we do. This is not a clique or club. This is not we going to oust other people, but we got every kind of woman. This is not just for the professional women, because we say professional. No, these are people that consider themselves professional. I think that person that's staying at home with their kids, they are the most professional.
Hello. Hello. I mean, my mom was a stay-at-home mom too, and I tell her all the time, I really don't know how you juggle 6 children of different ages, from teenager to baby, and a husband, and even sometimes held down a job, and then managing all our extracurricular skills. I'm talking about, we live all the way in Eldridge. You got these 3 going to Noka half of the day. At the end of the day, you got to pick them up. We got to go to youth choir practice on Sunday, or we went to church every Sunday, Bible class every Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? You're the one holding it all together.
Your mama was
you
strong.
got multi-skills.
And I think we have to learn from those women. And so what I love about Shiro is that we don't have the hierarchy. Yeah, Sisters Healed, Empowered, Relentless, and Optimistic. That's what it stands for.
That's beautiful.
And so we have the women here, but then we have some sisters in Uganda. I want you to meet our sisters in Uganda.
Okay.
And we just helped to send a young lady in Uganda to beauty school. So I would love y'all to meet her.
Yes,
We have to
meet
meet her.
her.
Even if we have to do it, because if we meet, if she's in Uganda, or we can do it on Zoom.
We have Zoom. We have Zoom,
Okay,
and we do Zoom meetings with them all the time. So this last 2 weeks, they just did their first vision boards. Like, they had never done this like this before, and whatever. When I tell you they are powerful women, they are powerful. But one of the little girls, her mom passed, and she wanted to go to beauty school, and so the sisters got together, and
I have to meet. We have to meet her. We have to meet her.
Yeah, so that's the kind of thing we do.
Yes, and then you have some other things that you do. We're gonna talk about that when we come
back from our break.
After the break. Now we have this little thing. You said you seen it. So when we go into our break, we're about to go into break.
Okay.
We do red lip talk. Mwah, like that. Okay.
All right.
So are y'all ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready. Come on.
You leading us off on it? Go.
Red lip
talk. Mwah.
Spice Divas. Sona's charm. Red lip talk. Red lip talk. Girl.
Hello, everyone. This day is declared National Still Body Day. People, it is here. It has arrived.
We have 2,500 bottles of this formula that's designed to give you what you need in terms of health, happiness, and healing. People have testimonies already. People have been serviced already. And now we want you to be a part of this blessed experience. Give us a call at 416-5256. Give us a call at 237-4000. And we have a bottle for you. And trust me, this will be the best investment you ever made for your body. You heard it from the truth. the whole truth, Dr. Truth, Dr. Kendra, Baby Truth. Now,
Hello, somebody. It's your boy Marlon Big Fave Favorite, and Inside the Trenches podcast is back, baby. We back. Y'all make sure y'all check us out for excellent season, and you can check us out on NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Y'all make sure y'all follow me at Big Fave 504. We back at it, baby. We in them trenches.
What is New Orleans Talk Network? It's today's hottest topics with an added flair. You get ready because the conversation will be hot and better yet, mobile. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app available on Android, iPhone, iPad, and you can listen to us on the web at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com. Write down our talk line at 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255. Interactive and worldwide. That's what we are. Join in on the real conversation and tell a friend about the New Orleans Talk Network.
Spice Diva.
We're back.
Thank you.
Guess who did it?
That's me.
Really?
Yeah.
See, now we got to talk about that.
Yeah, I come from a family. That's when you talk about singing and stuff. I come from a family of musicians. My brother plays saxophone. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, my brother plays saxophone, and like I said, I play instruments. We all play instruments, piano, and sing all of that. So I really connected when I was like, wow, that's like really great.
I did not know that.
We were we need a jingle. Sona said, I'm gonna go in the studio with my sister and we're gonna do a jingle. I said, what?
And I'm gonna tell you, it's really special to me because I haven't sung like that in so long. When you're talking about God speaking to you, and so a couple of things happened, and I said, coming back full circle, going through my therapy, self-love journey.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get back to things that I love about myself that I love to do. And so music. Singing was one of those things, and my sister, I love the fact my mom raised us to be so close, and they were just like so supportive, like, yeah, you can do it, and my sister put together her studio, and we got in there and we made the jingle. So
I love that. I love that.
Awesome.
I know that you were. I did not know that, so I was liking a little. Now I really love the song.
Now you really love the red lips on it.
I love it.
Another thing I'm getting back to is reading. I love reading.
I'm bad with that.
So I was like, oh, this would be a good book for me to read.
I bought those just for y'all. Seriously.
Thank you.
Oh,
I
thank
want
you.
my autograph.
Yeah, me too. I want my autograph too.
But you also have another book you're releasing called Women. A history of Louisiana.
The history of Louisiana women in music. Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited about that.
Okay.
Yes, tell us a little bit about that, because some of the people I've seen Erica Fall. She's a dynamic singer, and I have a friend who's talked about Marva Wright. So I've heard about all of those different people, and I'm like, wow, this is exciting.
Here we go. Back to the power of words. Back to the power of words. Evidently, we need to talk about that a little bit.
Talk about that.
The power of words. So Marva was my school secretary, as I told you, and she started her career while I was in school. And one of the things she did when I got a little older, by this time I'm out of high school, she says to me, she said, one day you're going to write a book about me. Now, I'm like early 20s, I remember, and I'm like, okay, well, by that time, you learn that she's like another mom. So you learn, at that time, people weren't using the word mentor. You just, that's like your auntie, your mom, yeah. And so I said, okay. And she would always push me to do things. She would always push me out there to do things that I had not done, like produce. I produced to her projects, just different things. And so this was one of those things. And I told her, I said, okay, that's been years ago, right? Fast forward, I started, when she passed away some years ago, I was like, okay, I got to write a book about her. And I did this, I wanted to do things to honor her. And then as I got to doing that, I started thinking about the other women who I met who were just powerful women in music. Some that are still living, some have passed away, but I have stories about so many of them that I thought that, hey, let me put some of this in a book, because some of us know the person on stage, but as you know, if you're in music, as you know, if the business that you're in, there's always a story behind the story. And it's not just the stuff that people see, it's the stuff that they haven't done. Like, just the beautiful things that I saw these sisters do in order for women to have a voice. I didn't know they were setting it up for people like me. So we're standing on their shoulders. And that's what the book is about, the women who, good contributions of women in music. And for us, let me say that somebody said, well, why is this important? Well, I had no clue that at one time, it was just not, it was not socially acceptable for women to sing in public.
Yeah, I was shocked when I read that as being a part of history. Like, women could not sing outside of their home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because why you think? Because they feel like that was a seduction or something, or
this was of course many years ago. They felt like it was more of a man's thing to do, and so it was at one time wasn't socially acceptable. I talk about that in the book, and basically, so through the years, unless your brother or your dad or somebody or your family sang, you kind of like that, and so that was many years ago, and then of course women started breaking that barrier. And here we are today. It's like normal to us, but exactly.
Setting those boundaries. So that is interesting.
And you giving back. I know you said Miss Marva. That was her name.
Yeah.
Who gave back to you like a mentor and stuff like that. So it's kind of like embedded in you, probably from your grandmother and grandpa and your mom. I heard all that. So you're doing something to give back. Tell us about that for the youth. You're giving back to the youth.
Yeah, we have. I'm excited about this, dealing with music, of course. I've always wanted, here we go, little girl, always wanted to do a school of the arts and that kind of thing. And I have done arts programs. But I was blessed that 2K Foundations, which is the owner of, if you know 2K Foundations, they are actually, the kids know 2K, the game, the NBA 2K.
Oh, 2K.
That's their foundation.
Oh, see, you had to break it.
You had to break it down.
13, I got a 13-year-old. The 2K. I know what 2K is now. Yeah, we know what it is now. Okay. We know
2K sponsored or invested into our company to actually start a studio program for youth. It's an audio engineering program where we teach audio engineering to young people. And I'm really excited. So we built our first studio in Fayetteville, Georgia. And we just had the opening. Yeah. And we have an online program as well. Thank you.
Congratulations.
So is there a website? The name of your program? Is there a website? I think do we have the website?
It's studioexpress.org. Studioexpress.org. You can go there and you can register for the one in Georgia or the one here. And we work with the local studio here. And we're going to build one eventually. And then we have an online program. So they can get it either way. We just want to have something for young people where they can create the music. And what I'm so excited because we have such a great partner in 2K. So right now I have my kids right now working on they're putting music in a docu short right now, and we're going to put music in the video games, and so I'm excited about that.
That is awesome.
So we won't just play the game, we'll put music into it.
That will be such an accomplishment for those kids too, to see themselves like a part of something that big,
And I want to say it's not me. I hire producers as well. I produce myself, but I hire other producers to actually, and engineers to teach the young people. So it's exciting, and thank y'all for highlighting that.
Yes.
And thank them for putting it up on the screen.
Yes. Absolutely.
So if you have a kid that want to be a part of it, they go to the website. How do they become a part of the engineering program?
They actually go to the website. It says how to apply. You apply by just taking and just filling out a little form that talks about, so you can get an interview. And from there, we kind of work with you. And we do have scholarships available. Oh, okay. So this is exciting.
That is great. What's the age range?
We actually start at 14. But right now, 14 and up, 14 to 24 years old. But right now, actually, they're developing a program for younger kids. So even if they're younger than that, because we're finding that the younger ones want to do it, 12 and 13, they want to do it. You have them go right there. Have them go right there because we're actually going to open it up even more.
I love that. So she's not only blessing, she's blessing the youth. She's blessing women. None but God. Yeah.
Making her own history, right?
Yeah.
Her own history. That's right.
Her story.
Yes.
Her story.
Yeah. What made you want want to do that program? Is it because what you've seen, what's going on with the youth? You know, especially in New Orleans. You know, what made you want to do something for the actual youth?
I think first of all, Studio Express is an audio engineering program. It is a workforce development program. So I didn't want kids to come and just learn something that couldn't be a skill they can use in business. This particular area of business is going to grow by 10% over the next couple of years. That's a lot of growth, and there's a lot of need there, and especially in there's a lot of diverse need. There's a need for diversity because we have a lot of young people who are interested in the show part of show business, but we wanted to make sure we're doing the business. So they learn music technology, they learn audio engineering, and they learn, of course, music business. The thing about it that it made me want to do it because, of course, that was a need always growing up. I always was interested in music programs, but I loved the business. I went to Dillard for music and business. I love business. And that's exactly what I did. And Dillard, okay. And I wanted to make sure that we were giving back, but in a way that was bridging a gap. So weren't just doing the music piece. We were doing something that would bring jobs to our community. And I believe that young people they will be able, you know, the curriculum that we have. I don't know if you know Cynthia Liggins Thomas. She's one of the writers. She's actually a John Lennon. She was actually part of writing our curriculum. She's a John Lennon songwriting a finalist and a great friend, and has won all kind of awards. Rainey Antoine is a professor of hip hop at Loyola. He actually helped to write our curriculum. I did the music business and etiquette piece, and so we wanted to bring all of that together so that our kids could have a fair chance of not just being in doing the artist side of it, but being in the other side.
Not just being the rapper. You want to be behind the scenes.
Yeah, I want them to be able to mix your stuff. And yeah, exactly. So this is exciting for me, and it gives them a head start. And 2K, where they came in, they wanted a pipeline to be able to, to be able to have more content and that kind of thing. So they are, hiring these same young people, and I'm excited about that.
That is a wonderful program. Really, really awesome. This has been a really great time sitting and getting to know you. I feel like the time went by so fast.
Too fast.
It went too fast.
I love talking to
y'all.
y'all.
Talk about.
We're going to have to come back.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
especially when you're doing that conference. You got to come back. The Shiro Conference. We definitely need you to come back.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to ask you about your pastoral journey. I know we're about to wrap up, but can you just tell us something quick about that? Like, what made you start?
I think all of it, everything I just said, really is a part of that, because I thought it was separate from that. I thought I had to put everything down to whatever. And what I'm learning is that we pastor in many ways. And so though I may have been with the people on the streets, whatever, the women in Uganda, the this and the that, I still have that pastor's heart when it comes to people, and it comes to the people I serve. So actually it's all a part of that. It's just a different box. God is moving beyond the box. He said, you know what,
God is moving beyond the box.
Beyond our boxes. So actually everything that I said came out of my love for people, but then actually, of course, how I was raised and that kind of thing. But it's the love for people. And so Champion Church, God, I believe that we just cultivate the winner in every person. That's what I believe we do.
One more thing, can you tell the people how to find you when you're doing, how exactly can they find you? I know we have some information that we put up, and we have some stuff, but how could they find you?
I think the best way to find me right now, look, the best way to find me is ShiroNetwork.com. Okay. I think that's the easiest way, ShiroNetwork.com, and I'm accessible. I'm online. I'm on Instagram. I am Tyra Alexander. I'm online. I'm on Facebook and that kind of thing, but it's just always a blessing to just be with you guys. Thank y'all so much for having me.
Being here. This was awesome. This was really
Thank
awesome.
you.
And a blessing to us, to be able to sit here with you, Yes.
Very inspirational. It's making me, I was already on my 50-day challenge.
Yeah, you're about to make me get on mine.
Oh,
I really love this. Let's go.
I'm going to
press in.
Press in.
We're going to do the RedLip 50
Yeah.
cent challenge.
And you may not know it, but everybody else know why I do 50 Cent, because I love 50 Cent. And I think he's a brilliant person. You know, people think he's crazy, but I think he's a brilliant guy. Look, he's steady making moves to bring in financial wealth. Yeah, I know, right? I know. That's because I met him before. So that's probably what it is. Yeah, I met him before. So we ain't going to tell that story again. Y'all don't have to be like,
I was about to say, let me
tell
tell us how much time we
I
want to
want
hear
y'all
that
tell
story.
the story again. I'm going to tell you after this. I'll tell you the story.
We have girl talk.
When we have girl talk, we'll tell you the story.
Yeah.
Sona and heard the story 100
It's RedLip after hours.
That's right.
RedLip after hours.
I like
That's
that.
the after show.
I like that.
Oh, I like that.
I like that.
That's the event.
That's
the event.
That's right.
That's
so
the event.
You gonna do normally at the end of our wrap up, we go around and
our takeaway.
Our takeaway. That's right.
Wow.
Do our
takeaway.
Okay.
So you just like, just say something like, if there's somebody that's listening and that can inspire them, what you want them to take away from you today, or from the show today, or whatever God put in your heart.
Okay, wonderful. What I would want somebody listening to take away from this show is that you are not limited by what people say, by even what you think. But God can do beyond anything that you ask or think. And so we can believe God to not just be one-dimensional, but to be all of who he called you to be. I think that's my biggest thing. Be all. I used to try to, let me just do this one thing because that's what everybody wanted from me. Let me just sing. But then I love business. But then I love, what I'm saying, developing programs. Well, I realized that God gives some people multiplicity of things. And it's not because he's all over the place, but he'll use all of those things for one thing. And for me, I love empowering people to impact community. And so I just want you to just find that thing in all of what you're doing and be all that God called you to be.
That was really beautiful. I don't even know if I need to say anything after that.
I don't even have a takeaway now. What's your takeaway? Come on, Sona. You got something over this week.
Well,
this week, what's your takeaway?
It is Women's History Month, and as you will come to know, if you don't already know, women have made really, really big strides. To be a part of the community, to have a voice. So this month, we're all about business, we're all about economy. Let's help build some women businesses up. Okay, so buy from some women-owned businesses. All right. Whatever books, makeup, clothes, look, support the women because they support you. Okay.
I see, that was a good takeaway. I love that takeaway. My takeaway would be based on what I heard again today. I keep going back to ET because it really motivated me, and me and my son was listening to it in the car, and it motivated me so much about when you execute, people treat you differently. When you set the standard, what is your standard? What is your standard? Your standard is a standard of excellence, or is it somebody else's standard? What is your standard? If you execute, people will treat you different. So I'm executing. I'm being consistent in what I'm doing right now as far as this challenge to help me spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, and I forgot what was financially fit. And I like what you said. I'm not putting myself in a box from nobody. And God had to remind me of who He called me to be. We are multi-millionaires on this couch, and I like to speak that because no matter what another person see you as, God sees you as another way. No matter what somebody else see, I can see Sona one way, God see you as one way. You can see me as a way, God sees me another way. What the destiny that God has for your life, it's for you. It's for you. What God has for your life. Don't look at what nobody else doing. Don't look at what lane they're in. You are in your own lane. Speak what you want. Manifest what you want. Walk into what you want, because God has your destiny designed just for you. It ain't an artwork he's giving me right now. He ain't draw your picture the same way he gonna draw somebody else's picture. He drawed your picture for Pastor Tyra, drawed her picture, drawed your picture for you, Sona, and he drawed my picture for me.
That's right.
So that's my
What
takeaway.
you said earlier, learn how to connect without being attached.
Oh, huh?
Nah, that's my real takeaway.
That's
y'all.
I love it. I love
right,
it.
this
So
was really
thank
great.
y'all. Thank y'all
Thank
for
y'all
tuning
for
in.
tuning in. That's
and
right.
you know, of
Thank
course, we're going to do
you.
our RedLip talk again.
Yes.
We need the music. We need the
Cue us
music.
in.
Yes.
I love the music.
Cue us in. All right, there we go.
There we
I'm
go.
like, where is that?
All right.
Where is that? Where
Ready
is
to get
that? All right, y'all. So thank y'all for tuning in to
RedLip Talk.
One more time. RedLip Talk. Mwah.
There we go.
Girl, come sit with us and sip some tea.
RedLip Talk. Spice Divas. Sona's Charm.
It's your girl, Sona's Charm.
And it's your girl, Spice Divas, the marketing diva.
We want y'all to tune into the premiere of the RedLip Talk podcast.
Every Monday at 1 p.m. Central Time, we're going to have new topics, new guests, new businesses.
Tune in to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. RedLip Talk podcast.
Mwah.
Hello, everyone. This day is